Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel of Bethel Evangelical Free Church Hanley. I'm Pastor Gervais Charmley. This is another country church in Cumbria. This is St John the Baptist, Ulpha, a historic chapelry in the enormous parish of Milham. Milham Parish Church is actually down by the coast, and this is way inland. It's a church that is made famous, as far as is anything, by William Wordsworth in his sonnet, in which he refers to, he says, the Kirk of Ulpha to the pilgrim's eye is welcome as a star. Presumably the pilgrim having just come over the Hard Knot Pass, being frozen half to death, and being deeply concerned for their own health, and if they're on a horse, the health of their horse. The modern day pilgrim has potentially just damaged his clutch and suspension, and certainly shattered his nerves, but that's another matter entirely. Well, this is St John's Ulpha. This is a lovely little, relatively unspoiled building. Now, yeah, the interior, the pews have all been replaced and that sort of thing, but the actual structure itself is very much your long, low church that you find here in Cumbria. So let's have a look around and see what we shall see. As usual, then, we start at the back, at the west end. The present door that you come in by is the west door. There is a font here, so this is somewhat more upmarket than Broughton Mills, which doesn't have one. But here there is a font, medieval, probably 14th, 15th century. It's hard to tell because it's such a simple font. You can see the lights on the walls, these old oil lamps now converted to electricity. The ones on this side aren't on, the ones on the north side are. We don't know how old the building is. It's certainly medieval. It's certainly, in its present form, is 17th, 18th century, altered in the Victorian era. There are some of these painted memorials. You can see here, Miles and Nicholas Winfield, 1793. See more of this wall painting. That one might be even older, but a lot of it is post-medieval. Doesn't mean it's uninteresting, just means it's post-medieval. It's a reminder that even in the 18th century, churches were often actually fairly decorated and colourful. In the Victorian era, there are texts on the east wall, but they have been painted over by somebody who couldn't be bothered to do upkeep on them, almost certainly. The pulpit and the lectern are Victorian. Little table here, 1882. That's looked like it's been made from pieces of wood from something else, perhaps a roof or of something. And there's a brass reredos, banner there, the sort of star referencing Wordsworth, and his reference to being as welcome as a star, to see this little whitewashed kirk by the side of the road and know that you have come down from the high fells, from the mountains. So it's a beautiful building. You can see that's the vestry at the back, that box enclosure there. There is a little piscina. Is it a piscina or it's a piscina? It's got a drain in it. What's the difference between a piscina and a credence shelf? Whether it's got a drain or not. So there we are. As the sun comes out, the lights go out. So very, very simple sort of place. So in Wordsworth day, there would have been box pews and a 3-decker pulpit, and those have all gone. But externally, it's not that different from the way it would have been. So let's have a look at externally, shall we? So here we have it, Ulpha Kirk. Ideally, I want to be facing the sun, not the sun behind me in these photographs, when filming, but it's not always possible. The larger proportion of the churchyard and the best view is on the north side here at Ulpha Kirk. We're up in the hills in the Duddon Valley here. The Duddon Valley slopes down to Broughton, Inverness, and it's a beautiful place. I am aware of the state of my collar here. It's just a matter day will have been the porch here and the belfry, bellcot above. And you can see here's the picturesque Duddon Valley, and the Duddon runs all the way down into the sea in Millham area. So we come around here, this rustic porch. Wordsworth was approved of it at least. There's the bells and the bell rope there swinging slightly. Only one of the bells is ringable by the looks of it. There we are. Yes, only the one is ringable. And the porch, you've got a simple square-headed doorway, none of your pointed stuff. See what I mean about the south side being a bit more restricted? You've got trees here, and there's the River Duddon, I believe, down the bottom here. There's a tractor. Yep, there's a Duddon down the bottom, and you can see that would have been the old south doorway you can see on the inside. And now it's just a little window. But simplicity is key here. This is a building that's long and low. It just melts into the landscape slightly, and it means that it's not as exposed to storm damage as a bigger structure would be. It's one of the reasons that it towers very much around here. So here's the Duddon down below. There we are. The river running by. And there we have it. Splendid structure here. So we will go round the east end. We saw internally that the east window is square topped with mullions, and from the look of it, it is 16th, 17th century, which tells you something about when it was built. The thing is, of course, around here, and in many parts of rural England, the further you are away from centres of influence, the longer the older styles stick around. So that might even be 18th century, but I don't think so. More likely 17th. And we can see the mountain up above. But we are here at Ulpha Kirk as visitors and pilgrims here, to whom, of course, as Wordsworth put it, as I quoted, the kirk is welcome as a star. And so there we have it, the famous Ulpha